name is Brandy, and I would consider myself probably a seasoned noob when it comes to development, especially when it comes to React applications. If you are familiar with React, you've probably heard of these terms before: state, virtual DOM, or unidirectional data flow. Those are the things that I will be covering in this little 5-minute talk. And what do I mean by state? So state refers to like any of the data that's coming in from an API. You want to make sure you're able to handle that. Same with like the UI of the application. So is an item active, is it inactive? Is the view rendering, and what view is about to be rendered? So what is the solution to this? A solution that we've been using in the past has been jQuery. And a problem with jQuery is that it's just manipulating the DOM and it's reading right from it. If you were to use Flux or Redux, it actually is abstracting the state and handling it outside of the DOM. And that is great for browsers. So now the question is Flux or Redux, and which one do you use, and which one's better, and basically, what is it? So Flux is a pattern that was kind of coined by Facebook when they created React, and it has a dispatcher, it has multiple stores, and then views. And what it is when an action happens, the data is going to flow in, and going to go through the dispatcher, could possibly go to a store, and then it's going to be rendered on the view. And that same flow of data is going to keep happening. So Redux was built on top of Flux, and that only has one store. So there's only one central hub of where the state is being handled. So there's no rendering, there's no routing, only state in Redux applications. So for every action, whether that's a user action, a server event, or a browser event, that's going to be handled just by that one store that's handling the state, the one state object, whether that's an object or an array. So the next part is the reducers. So when you have the big state object, you're going to write reducer functions to it. There's going to be no action that's happening there. It's just going to handle the state. So you can kind of think of this like dating. So the steps of dating are generally you get asked out, you go to dinner, the person hopefully pays for dinner, and then at the end of the day you can either get kissed, not get kissed, run and hide. You can think of that as the same as handling the state of your application. So you're going to get the current or the starting state, so the initial state of your application, and then you're going to get the very current state. So how's the date going? And then that's going to return the new state. So if the date went well, then and something will happen, hopefully. And the other part about that is these actions are sequential. Same with dating. You're not going to show up on the first date wearing a wedding dress, hopefully. So that's something to really keep in mind, especially if you're debugging any sort of React applications. Just go through the flow of data, and you can see exactly what's happening and where the state is being changed. So the three main takeaways about React and Redux and Reflux is that Redux has one state handler, which makes it a lot easier to deal with compared to Flux applications, in my opinion. And then the big game changer with React is the virtual DOM. The whole abstracting the state and handling that outside of the DOM and not directly manipulating it is a game changer, in my opinion. And then just keep in mind that reducers are like dating, and order matters. And these are the resources that I used for this presentation. You can definitely go to them and read the documentation, the different Flux docs, and also the Redux documentation. That's it. Any questions? Oh, come on, don't be quiet. Sure, or B. Yeah.
So which one do you use, Flux or Redux?
I have used both, very limited. So I initially built an application using Flux, and I was banging my head against the wall. And then from a friend, I heard that I should be using Redux, also from a teacher, and I was like, okay. So I went that route.
Have you used React Native at all?
Yes. I've built a few applications with React Native.
We're working on getting her to go to the hack day.
Yeah. I actually just did Hack the Arena building React components till about 2 a.m. So go team show flow.
Nice.
Anything else?